What Roland is really arguing, whether he realizes it or not, do not demand what cannot currently pass. But that is how power works. Power is built on forcing issues onto the political agenda until they cannot be ignored.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester.
Peace and blessings, everybody. This is Damon K. Jones, and welcome to another edition of the Publisher's Desk, powered by Black Westchester magazine, blackwestchester.com. And in this show, we're going to have a real conversation about Black political power, and more importantly, why it continues to produce so few measurable results for Black people. This is not really about reparations. This is about leverage. Now, Roland Martin recently addressed the no check, no vote argument, and his response was to explain to Black folks how Congress works. His position was simple. You cannot get a check before election. You need House votes, Senate votes, and the president to sign it. Republicans don't support it, so it's not happening. Now, let's be clear, brothers and sisters. He's not wrong about the process. That is exactly how legislation works. That's not a point about what this young man was making. See, what Roland did was answer a political leverage argument with a procedural explanation. That's like someone asking why they keep paying for a service that never delivers. And the company responds by explaining how difficult their internal systems are. That may be true, but it does not address the actual complaint.
And a couple of people actually posted that on their Instagram accounts. And I've asked a very basic question. How do you get a tangible before the election? You don't. You get a promise. Someone can say, this is what I'm going to advocate for if you elect me. Okay, so let's just say someone running for a House seat says that I'm going to advocate for you for that reparations check. Got it. What then happens if that person running is a Democrat? Because I would see one Republican who supports reparations. What happens if that person loses? Who's advancing the issue? Now let me flip it. What happened if that person in your congressional race wins, but nationally Democrats don't win another 217 seats? That means that Republicans are in control of the U.S. House. Your bill will not even get to the floor. Okay. Let's say your person wins, and let's say Democrats win a majority of the House seats. Got it. You're going to need 218 people. So your person may say, power to the people, I support this. But you're going to need 217 more votes. And the other 217 votes don't come from all Black districts.
This is not about logistics. This is about accountability. Now let's deal with his full argument, because when you listen to everything that he said, it goes deeper. He walks through the entire legislative process. If your candidate loses, nothing happens. If your candidate wins, but the Democrats don't have control of the House, nothing happens. If they control the House, but the Senate, nothing happens. If they control both and can't get 60 votes, nothing happens. And even if that someone happens, the president can veto it. So his conclusion is simple. You're not getting a check. Here's the problem. That is not strategy. That is an explanation for why nothing gets done, Roland. Roland is teaching people how the systems block outcomes, but he's not explaining how to apply pressure to change the outcomes. That difference matters, Roland, because if you follow that logic through history, nothing would ever get done. There was a time when black people did not have the votes for civil rights. There was a time when the system was completely stacked against black people. There was a time when Congress, the Senate, and the presidency was all barriers and all white. So if the standard is you don't have the votes to demand it, then civil rights would have never happened, Roland. What Roland is really arguing, whether he realizes it or not, do not demand what cannot currently pass. But that is how power works. Power is built on forcing issues onto the political agenda until they cannot be ignored. And that is exactly what Carter G. Woodson warned about in Miseducation of the Negro. When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. He will find his proper place and stay in it. That's political conditioning, Roland. When people are trained to focus only on the limitations instead of leverage, they stop pushing for outcomes altogether. They begin to defend systems that offer symbolism instead of substance. And that is exactly what we are seeing playing out in today's real time. The issue is not whether Congress is complicated. We already know that. The real issue is why our black voters are expected to give an overwhelming support to one political party, over 95% of the support, without securing enforceable commitments in return. That is the question nobody wants to answer, and not even Roland Martin. For decades, Black Americans have been the most loyal voting bloc to the Democratic coalition, loyal as an old hound dog. Election after election, we vote every 4, and we're still broke every year, Martin. Cycle after cycle, the message is the same. Vote first, demand later, but later never comes. Roland Martin, you and all the educated Negroes and black politicians, please explain how H.R. 40, brought on by Congressman John Conyers, has sat for 37 years. Explain that. Explain that. For 37 years. The bill is probably older than that young black man that stood up at the National Action Network and spoke his piece. Al Sharpton need to explain how H.R. 40 has been sitting in Congress for 37 years. Never came out of Obama's mouth. Obama didn't even support it with an executive order. 37 years just to study reparations, not even to cut a check. And yet, every election cycle, reparations becomes a campaign language again. And now, black political elite and black organizations don't even want to talk about it. See, Roland has the mitigated gall to get on here and talk about the political process and why demanding reparations won't work. But what happened in Maryland, Roland? What happened with your boy Wes Moore, Roland? The state legislator went through the process, passed the legislation, put it on that Negro's desk, and he vetoed it. He vetoed a reparations bill, a black man, the first black governor. See, this is what young people see, Roland. They see us punking out. They see us giving up. They see us not standing on black issues for black people. That's why the young man said, no check, no vote. See, that's why black people are frustrated. Roland, that's why black people are upset. Not that they don't understand the process. They give their vote loyally, and the Democrats and the black elected elites and the black this and the black that are not even trying. See, every other ethnic group understands it. They organize, Roland. They negotiate. They demand outcomes. But when it comes to black voters start talking about leverage, suddenly you want us to be patient. You want us to be realistic. You want us to stay loyal because talking these issues is really deflecting away from talking about Trump. See, that's not strategy, that's surrender. You want black people to surrender to the Democratic Party. So let me ask the real question Roland never answered. If the system requires leverage to get results, then why are black voters the only group expected to give their vote up front with no enforceable return? That is not strategy, Roland. That's surrender, Roland. Now let's bring it home so I can get out of here. No check, no vote. It's not about a literal check. It's a negotiating framework. It means no automatic loyalty to the Democratic Party without enforceable commitments. It means no more blank checks handed to politicians who assume black people is guaranteed to vote for them. Because if there is no consequences for neglect, neglect becomes permanent. If politicians believe that they already own our vote, then they have no reason to earn it. Roland Martin explained how the system works. Yes, he did. But he never explained how black voters are supposed to win within that system. And until that question is answered, nothing's changed. Because at the end of the day, Roland and everybody else, no group gains power by giving loyalty away for free. And until black politics shift from emotional loyalty to strategic leverage, we will continue to see the same cycle. Promises, speeches, symbolism, no measurable results. And that's the real conversation. And that's the point that Roland had missed in his video. If you like this video, please like and share. Please leave a comment. What do you think? No check, no vote? Is it time for Black America to have leverage over their vote? I'm Damon K. Jones, the publisher of Black Westchester magazine, blackwestchester.com, the news with the black point of view. Please check out our website. Read the articles, go, leave comments. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and stay blacktastic. Peace out.
Appreciate you taking the time to engage with real conversations, real issues, and real perspectives that matter to Black America. Stay connected, stay informed, and as always, we'll see you next time at the publisher's desk. It's going to be blacktastic. If you're serious about political clarity and independent thinking, this is for you. The Political Thought Bundle includes 3 full books, all personally signed. Democrats and Republicans, The Ultimate Gangbangers, breaks down how the two-party system operates like a legalized street war for power. Emotional Politics, Logical Failure exposes how emotion has replaced strategy in black political engagement. Tolerance is for Cowards lays out a blueprint for extended policing and community-led public safety rooted in outcomes rather than slogans. 3 signed books. One bundle, $60. That's a $75 value, and you're getting signed copies included. This isn't left versus right. It's results versus rhetoric. Go to twosteppublishing.com and secure your signed Political Thought Bundle today. It's going to be blacktastic. For more than a century, Black America built its own economy under segregation, under discrimination, and under conditions most people today cannot imagine. We built businesses. We built banks. We bought land and property. In The Forgotten Blueprint, Damon K. Jones reveals how black communities created thriving economic systems from 1800 to 1965 and why that blueprint still matters today. This book challenges the idea that our future depends on politics alone and shows how ownership, family, and enterprise once powered black prosperity. The blueprint is not lost. We just stopped using it. The Forgotten Blueprint. How Black America Built His Own Economy from 1800 to 1965. On sale now at Two Step Publishing and Amazon. Westchester Magazine has been giving our community a voice, reporting the stories others ignore, holding power accountable, and making sure the truth about our communities is told by us. But independent Black media only survives when the community supports it. If you believe in real journalism, community accountability, and keeping Black voices strong in local news, we need your help. Your donation helps us continue covering the stories that matter: politics, education, justice, and economic empowerment right here in Westchester. Support Black media, support Black truth, support Black Westchester Magazine. Donate today and help keep Black media alive. Because Black-owned independent media is Blacktastic. Black Westchester Magazine presents People Before Politics, the Sunday Rundown, every Sunday at 6 p.m. on YouTube. Join Damon K. Jones, A.J. Woodson, and Larnez Kinsey as they break down the biggest stories in politics, culture, and community from a Black point of view. No spin, no party loyalty, just logic, accountability, and outcomes. If it impacts Black America, we're talking about it. Tap in, subscribe, set your reminder. This Sunday at 6 p.m. is going to be Blacktastic.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine, where life, culture, community, and faith meet truth, power, and purpose.